Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Earthlings all over the planet. This video is really asking for your help, and I'm going to point out something rather shocking to everybody. Regarding the recent case where this lady's been arrested, the number one thing I would say, which you might think is odd, is she is innocent until proven guilty, or innocent until she pleads guilty. That's up to her. And that is what we call justice. I don't know if I've got a fingerprint on there or not, anyway. So I'm not going to discuss that specific case, but as you all know, I am in touch with West Yorkshire Police now. And again, I'm not going to divulge any details of what's going on with them at this moment, because that could prejudice any conviction or acquittal of this person. But this morning I have counted and I have discovered something which I think is really rather shocking, and what I would like all of you guys to do, if you wouldn't mind, is contact each and every one, all or any of the royal residences, to point this out to the King, the Queen, most importantly the Prince of Wales and the Princess of Wales, possibly Princess Anne, any members of the royal family, because I think this is really important and it's going to become pretty bleeding obvious. What I'm going to talk about is when this story started, not specifically just that one person. 2022 is when a nest of very nasty little troll accounts appeared. That's when I became aware. From the summer of 2022, many police forces have been contacted. Every single one of those police forces has hit a brick wall. They've been dead keen at first, then it would appear they have discovered a certain person behind it all, and it comes to a grinding halt. That is, I'm just speaking factually, that is what has happened since the summer of 2022, and we're now coming to the end of the summer of 2024. Would you like to hear the names of those police forces? Suffolk, Sussex, Kent, Metropolitan, Buckinghamshire, Northumberland, Gloucestershire, and now West Yorkshire, also Cardiff and the Isle of Wight. That's really rather a lot of police forces, isn't it? To look into the identities of a handful, possibly just a couple, 2 or 3 people, behind a very small network of troll accounts that target people who criticise Meghan and Harry. Think about it. That is actually 10 police forces. We are now on the 10th police force. I've also, what I can tell you with West Yorkshire this morning, been told that now international police forces are involved. I am not making this up. So, it would appear that 10 police forces in the United Kingdom are impotent to discover the identities of a few people behind a few troll accounts. Only one person has been arrested, charged, and has court appearances. And we're early days with West Yorkshire. So far so good. There's a line of communication open. But already I've received information from them, which I won't divulge, that there are developments that could create complications, of which I don't know what. I have also said to West Yorkshire that I'm happy to sign any kind of legal documents to prevent me from speaking about that particular individual's case, so that she will get a fair trial, fair hearing, and until any subsequent conviction. And then, of course, once there's a conviction, it's public. It's in the public domain. public record. Until this morning, really, just chatting with a friend and adding up how many police forces, I myself didn't realise how absurd this is looking. Who could possibly be behind the mastermind, shall we say, of this handful of troll accounts that target YouTubers? Who could possibly be behind it that at least 9 police forces feel completely inadequate and unable to approach them? I mean, I've just run this scenario by Graham and he said, I'm not sure about you doing this video because there have been people bumped off for less than this, you know. And I've said to him, well, here we are, we're in deep. We are in deep as it gets. We wanted to get to the bottom of it in the first place. And here we are. I said, I don't really see how much deeper it can get. Obviously, we'll avoid tunnels. I don't mean to sound flippant about things. We'll avoid, we'll avoid a lot of things. We'll avoid motorbikes, I think. Don't want to get shoved out into a T-junction in front of an oncoming vehicle. There's a whole string of dead bodies. But I mean, what sector of the British community could be above the police that would have the power to put a marker on, potentially, on police computers to have 9 police forces go, oh yeah, this is completely illegal, right, let's go for it. Hang on a minute, lads and girls. Wait. Get rid of him. Don't want to talk about this. Nope. Well, I have my own suspicions. I would like to thank the press, the mainstream media that did report about this individual being up in court. Whether that was orchestrated by potentially the Prince of Wales, I don't know, or whether that was just pure coincidence that the media happened to pick up on that, because without them we would never have found out that this individual was in court. It's incredible. So, if you ladies and gentlemen and earthlings wouldn't mind very much bringing to the attention of every single royal household, because Graham and I, we're scratching our heads, who could be bigger than the police? Who's in charge of the police? Well, we could say politicians and government, but there's just been a change of government in the UK, hasn't there? There was 14 years of the Conservatives and now we've got Labour. I mean, I shouldn't laugh, but it's becoming a little bit bleeding obvious now, isn't it? So would you mind writing to St James's Palace, Kensington Palace, St James's is the most senior, Buckingham Palace, Highgrove, Gatcombe Park, wherever Sophie and Edward live, Bagshot, Amner, Sandringham, Balmoral, as many, and they have to be letters really, because they don't tend to have emails. I mean, maybe you guys can find some emails out there. I really don't want to put you out, but I mean, people have said all along, just call the police. Let me read that list out again. Just call the police, they'll fix it. Right, let's go back to this. Started in the summer of 2022. Suffolk, Sussex, Kent, Metropolitan, Buckinghamshire, Northumberland, Gloucestershire, West Yorkshire, Isle of Wight and Cardiff. And I'll tell you something else. Me and a handful of YouTubers know the names of the physical people involved with the troll accounts. Not important people, anyone you've ever heard of. We actually know and have known for the last 2 years the identities of people behind the troll accounts. And they're just ordinary people. So why can't the police just go and arrest them? Maybe they've received payment. I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps this will all come out in a court case with this individual. I don't know. I don't know who this woman is. I've never heard of her before. Never come across her. But I have now seen she has admitted to 6 troll accounts. She's actually given up pretending it's not her. And these are troll accounts that are all having conversations with each other, which I've said for a long time, guys. By the time the police get hold of the person behind one troll account, they invariably find out that it was just 1 or 2 individuals behind what appeared to be a whole group of people. Extraordinary, isn't it? So yes, if you wouldn't mind helping on that one. And also, there's another favour I'd like to ask you. If you wouldn't mind downloading this video or recording it, in case, just in the unlikely event that anything happens to me and Graham, so that our channels can't be deleted and this would be forgotten forever and after and a day. Because Graham is seriously concerned that the type of people that I talk about in my content, that there could be serious dangers to us. So if we all remember the late Ashley, don't we? So yeah, bring it to the attention of the proper royals, the proper members of the royal family. And just to be on the safe side from the point of view of the Home Office, Foreign Office, if you wouldn't mind keeping a copy of this video, because it could be like one of my last ever, you never know. I mean, I laugh when a situation is just so ludicrous, and I've been in a lot of these situations. I've often asked myself, you know, why do I end up in these kind of situations? And the truth of the matter, the conclusion I've come to is, I'm a big mouth and I don't lie, and I tend to just call out what is the bloody obvious elephant in the room. And I always did back in the day, you know, when I had all that shit with Sussex Police. I always did. I was well known for it. And instead of hiding and being sneaky beaky behind anonymous, you know, anonymous poison pen, anonymous internet account, you know, I've never been like that. I've gone, I'm Fiona, here I am, and this is what I've got to say. And that brings a lot of trouble with it. And there aren't that many people like me who do that. As one of my early videos, I said, I think I'm just a bit stupid. I always was from when I was a kid at school. When I was in kindergarten, my mum was really late picking me up from school, so I thought I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to twist all the PE bags up, like dead tight, and then untwist them and see how long it takes me. So I twisted them all up. My mum turned up, and I just thought, oh, sod it, I'll leave them. Well, the headmistress the next morning, Mrs. Raxter, bless her, she went crazy. She went round every class asking who did it. And when she got to kindergarten, she came in and said, who twisted up all the PE bags last night? And she was a frightening woman. She was a fearful woman. I was 5 years old, and I stood up. I said, I did, Mrs. Raxter. And she was so taken back. She was like, you've just admitted it? I mean, yeah. And in front of the whole class, she said, why did you do that? I said, because my mum was late picking me up and it was a challenge, but she turned up before I could untwist them. I'm sorry about that. And she was dumbfounded that a 5-year-old would just stand up and say that to her. And she just walked out the classroom. You know, all the other kids, you know, they're, you know, oh, fuck off. Anyway, I never got told off for it, but she called my mum in and she said, either your daughter is a genius or she's insane. But I've never seen a kid say something like that. So there you go. That's why I get a lot of shit. And go through and record a few of the other videos for posterity, because God knows anything's possible next, isn't it? Anything. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. That is a fact. All of those police forces have one by one very reluctantly, oh, I don't think we can do anything about this. No, we can't tell you the identity of that individual. Oh, yeah, that is a fact. What more can I say? Thank you very much for listening. Hope to see you in the next one.